Hello. I can't actually see anyone or hear anyone or anything. That's all right. I'll just sit here and talk to myself. That's good. I can't see any. Right, hang on. What the heck was that?
I thought he was putting you in for an introduction.
So did I. And I'm sitting there. I don't know what I was doing. Was that live? Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry about all this hilarity. Anyway, welcome to Fox of a Woman for this hour of UK country music. It was supposed to be Harriet Rose play, but unfortunately, due to having a very busy tour schedule, she's not going to sing today. So we're just going to get together for a chat. And there are going to be a few people who have been on the tour with her, supporting her. And also in the comments, if you have any questions, just pop them down there and we'll get to them. So I'm now going to welcome in Harriet Rose. Hopefully.
I don't know that.
Better, wasn't it? So, I'm in the show and I was like, is everyone not joining me? I'm not sitting here talking. So I was actually... That was just the joys of live. There you go. You see, you can tell that it's live. It's definitely live.
Exactly. It was so funny. Your face was so confused.
I was very confused though because I couldn't see anyone, and I was like, "Well, I just talked to myself for the whole hour." Anyway, how are you, Harriet? And how has the last few weeks for you been? And maybe not one word, but like.
I'm good, thank you. It's been really good. It's like on a downer now today after everything's finished. There's nothing to look forward to. There's nothing coming around in the next week, but it's been really good, really enjoyable.
So what for you has been the highlight of your tour? Because you've worked on this for months and months and months. And months. And it's something as well that you didn't have promoters or anything doing anything for you. You did everything yourself, from what I understand.
Yeah.
So that must have been quite a feat. So what was the highlight for you? What did you enjoy the most about all that?
I guess it's like a few things. Like the first thing is actually like just being able to get out and gig and tour, because we haven't been able to do that for the past couple of years properly. And there was always this fear that we'd get to this point in the year and then be like, oh no, lockdown. I mean, we've just avoided masks, but just being able to do it. But then I think going places and having people turn up to watch us is being.
Like a few things. And sorry, I'm just putting because I want to see the comments. Sorry, this is just a whole thing. It's just live everything. Anyway, yes.
Just live. But yeah, and then just playing with the band as well. Everything about it. Yeah,
because the band, I only managed to get to one date, which I was very gutted about, but at least I got to one. And it was actually really cool just to see all the songs live. And as I knew I would, I cried at Imagine Paradise, but I knew I would. And that was just a beautiful point in the set. You know, there was an acoustic vibe to it, and you sang two songs, and one of which was a gorgeous song you'd written as well, which was called White Chair, which is absolutely beautiful. But seeing the band and I suppose the chemistry, because I know that when you're an artist, you need a good band behind you, and I think the chemistry kind of works with all of you. Is that something that you were conscious of when getting the band together as well?
A little bit, I guess. I mean, I reached out. God, it's that conversation again. I reached out to everyone. It wasn't the other way around. It was me.
Not if you listen to Calvin even.
I approached Calvin and whatnot, and I think as soon as we got together for the first time, we just kind of knew. Even on Zoom, like we were just all laughing and having fun with each other. But then to be able to put that on stage as well, it keeps growing. Every time we do things, it gets a little bit better. We do stupider things and have silly conversations on stage. But I just think I'm really lucky to have got them and got the guys that I've got, and we all get on. And as Carmen says, the camaraderie that we've got is really special. So yeah.
Yeah, I think Calvin, if anyone that doesn't know Calvin is full of energy is what I'll say. He has various capacities in his person, and he's got so much energy. It's unbelievable how much energy he has. He's like a kind of electricity vibe going through him. And he's so Tigger, as Malcolm. Tigger. No, he has, but he kind of keeps things going, I think. And everyone probably has their quirks that keep things going, because that's a long time on tour with people and doing the same kind of thing, because then sound check and it's hard work. Yes, what work goes into a tour and traveling and setting things up and putting things away and loading the van and then loading the van and then the next thing and all those things must be quite difficult. So it must be good to have that kind of energy and fun about it all, because that's what you're doing it for in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, it's not been too bad, I guess, with this tour. I do keep calling it a tour, and I'm conscious that it's been like dragged over 3 weeks. But everybody at the minute is trying to get out on gigs, so it was a bit trickier trying to get consecutive days after one another. So we haven't had to spend lots of time with each other. So like, I think we've done the most of 3-4 days, and then we'd be like, I've had enough of it, I'll see you next week. So we have got away with it a little bit. But it is good. I mean, everybody, we kind of just cheer each other up and keep each other going and whatnot. So it's good.
You've had some amazing artists supporting you in this tour.
Yes.
One of which is Belle Velvet, and I think Belle's backstage. I think. We can bring her on, because I know she's doing another gig tonight, so I know she has to go. So
hello. I was like, do I need to press something or what? And I was just fucked up.
It's all right. At least you weren't confused and not confused live and just not.
I was laughing my head off. I was like, oh my god.
I didn't know what it was like. I did honestly. Anyway, that's beside the point. Anyway, you were lucky enough to support Harriet last night, Bill. How was that for you?
Oh, it was like, honestly, when I got first asked by Dom, and I was in school and I was like, Mum, I have to do this. I rang her. I was like, and then so then I had to get a guitarist to come with me, because my original guitarist Nick had another gig on, and then we just played, and it was like one of the best gigs I've ever done. So and my mum cried. My mum cried at
Imagine Paradise.
So sorry, I can't remember. Yeah, Imagine Paradise. And my mum's friend was sat there hugging each other in tears. But I found the saddest song was White Prayer. I had to take deep breaths in that. I was like,
there's like that sad bit.
Yeah, it's the last bit at the end.
I think maybe that's what got me, because White Chair is such an emotional song, and I think there's the lyrics in it that I wouldn't expect you to understand how I feel or something along those lines. And then you do Imagine Paradise after it. That's completely it's like it was very emotional, and then obviously Imagine Paradise for me is just a particularly emotional song, because I lost my mum when I was younger as well, so it is one of the songs that just gets me every time. The first time was a release of emotions, shall we say. But that's just one of the most special songs, I think, and it's just everything in that song. It's just
it is a really, really nice song. Really nice song.
Thank you.
I know there's probably our plans for releasing music, but and hopefully that's going to be in one of the released songs, hopefully.
Yeah, of course. I can't not.
That might be, I don't know if you have a signature song, but for me, just because of the subject matter and how personal it is for me, that's probably what I would class as one of the signature songs anyway, but that's just a personal thing as well. Because you've got lots of great tracks, like Summer Boy sounded so cool on tour. So cool.
I do love playing that one. It's just the vibes.
Yeah, and Bridges as well was another one that just sounded so cool.
I liked when you did Small Town Cherries where I knew as soon as it was really slow, I was like, I know she's gonna kick into it. So when we paused in the middle, I was getting my phone ready, I had it. And I knew that he was gonna hit with a big bang, and I was like, yeah.
I first wrote it slow like that, and I don't know why I changed it. I think it was when I went back to the very first voice note, I was like, well, that's better than what I released. But anyway, so then we've like stripped it back.
No, I definitely think it was really good because it had like a build up to it. I really liked that song, and I liked what's that one at the disco? Something about
disco. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
I like that one too. Not about a disco. Yeah, I like that one.
Thank you.
So yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I wish I was there last night because it looked like it was a really cool gig and a
It
very
was-
small venue because it looks small from the videos, but sometimes you can't really see.
It is. It's like a small, intimate cafe, isn't it, Belle? But like the sound's really good, and it's got a wonderful audience. Like people just know that love music on. But it is intimate. But it's good because people listen. So
Yeah, like everyone was really like when I don't know anyone was speaking, everyone would just sat down, just like looking at you, and like whatever you said, they heard. Like I couldn't stop. I was so embarrassed when that guy fell over. Like I couldn't stop laughing. So
that was funny.
I couldn't do it.
I was sitting on the stairs, and then I heard you start laughing, but then I saw your mum laughing, and then you were like just laughing at your mum back and forth.
No, like as soon as I laugh, I won't stop, and it just kept on replaying in my ear because I saw his legs just go up in the air. I felt so bad though for laughing.
Do both of you get nerves before you go on stage? Is that something that you deal with, and how do you kind of cope with those if you get them, or is that something that helps you with your performance?
You're first. You're first.
Yeah, I got nervous for this one. I was having like nervous wheeze. I had nervous cough. I had nervous everything. Honestly, I was really nervous, but I did it. But I think I was nervous for that gig because I was supporting Harriet Rose. So like I was like really nervous. But I did it. So yeah.
I kept saying to you, you have to be nervous. I go, don't be nervous, there's no reason to be nervous.
Oh, I was sweating.
That's one for your CV there, Bill. One for your CV that you can put on that you're supposed to travel.
Oh, it's already on.
No.
It's already on.
Stop.
That's a big deal, Harriet. That's a very big deal. Even Jenny had that feeling as well that she was going to speak as well, and it was a big deal for her as well because
Who? Sorry.
Jenny, you know Jenny calls.
What's a big deal for Jenny?
What? Jenny can't come on. Unfortunately, it was her boyfriend's or partner's birthday yesterday, so they're going out from Wales today. So she would have come on, but she's busy. But yeah, she was pretty amazed and kind of that she was supporting you as well. Because you're a big deal. Do you know?
A big deal.
You are.
Yeah.
You kind of are a big deal.
Yeah, honestly.
Basically, you are.
No, stop.
You have to all convince Harriet Rose here that she's a big deal. But yeah, see, yeah, you are. Yeah, see. Yeah. I think I'll ask people in the comments, is Harriet a big deal, and see what they'll say. And I know
no, don't do that. Oh God,
I'm not going to say it. No, yeah, it's I think it's your skill and your songwriting, Harriet, that I think I've always said that. And your talent in the scene that is incredible. And your hard work as well. And you're just stunning talent, and it's great that you've had such a successful tour, and
Yeah.
it's been great.
It's the way that when you hit the high notes, you make it look so easy. I were watching you hit these high notes, and I was there like you don't even have to breathe before it. You just do it, and I'm like, what?
Oh no! It's all a lie.
It looks so easy. You make it look really easy. Yeah.
It's just practice and rehearsing and vocal zone tablet.
Yeah.
I know there's some actually, because I was with it was Lisa T and Chloe Jones on Monday when they were doing the stream, and there was I don't know if you've got it, but it looked pretty cool that there's a steamer. It's like a jug type steamer thing. Have you got one of them? And
I haven't, but I know the one you mean. Where you just stick your head over it.
well, I don't, she wasn't sick. It was like a tube. It was like a straw tube in the jar. And they were. It was like sucking it. So actually, instead of drinking water, the steam when you're actually putting it in after you sing and even before you sing.
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah, it helps. It helps the voice quicker than water, a lot quicker than water. Keep it palpable and to keep it healthy. I look like maybe getting one for myself because it's quite cool to have that because it would help your throat. Because sometimes I feel as if it's clogged up myself, so that'd be quite cool. But I think for singers, it looked really, really cool.
Yeah, there's a few things. There's a couple of things I'm looking at getting to just help. It's worth trying.
Because obviously touring like that over a period of a few weeks does put a strain on your voice.
Yeah. I mean, this week we've had 4 gigs. It's just been ill, so we got plagued down, unfortunately, which is why Paul's not here. The lovely Paul. But we made it for most of them. It was just this week. But
yeah, it's a strain in the voice and a strain on the energy as well. Because that touring does, like, I know when I was on holiday, I know I wasn't touring myself and singing on stage, but I was going from gig to gig to gig with a couple of days in between break and stuff, and it was tiring because you just need some downtime. But if you're singing as well on top of that,
yeah. I mean, Paul, to me, was deaf last night. Like, oh, come on. I was talking to him, I was playing, like, oh, come on, yeah, Paul, dance with me. Paul, can you hear me? Paul. Then you're screaming at him in the middle of the set, like, Paul, dance with me. But yeah, bless him. I don't know if he's watching. Sorry, Paul.
Is he watching? He's probably, or is he in his bed? Paul, if you're there, or if you hear us, or if you're watching now, afterwards, hello, and sorry you couldn't come on because it'd be nice to chat. Maybe one of these days we'll do an Instagram live and you can have 3 of them.
They're my favourite Instagram lives. Love them. I've released. I messaged Linda when I was doing an interview.
I don't know what it is about Voice of Women Instagram lives. I tend not to kind of I do know what I kind of want to talk about and stuff, but I don't really plan questions as such. And basically anything can happen on a Voice of Women Instagram, and has, in fact. Because one Instagram live went into a talk about snails for about 40 minutes.
Yeah, I remember that.
I think that was your mummager that started that. I think because she said that you ate a snail or tried a snail or something.
People even saying House of Snails, and I'm like, that was so long ago.
I think mums remember that, don't they? Really. I'm just going to see what's in the quiz in the comments just now. Michael, oh, I'm getting wished happy birthday. That's very nice. Thank you, Michael.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday today.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you. And your mum's wishing me happy birthday. And Kevin's there. Carly Simon got the jitters all the time. It's natural. And the rising is here. There's quite a few in the chat. If you have any questions or you want to pop on, then just pop a comment in the comments. I'm actually looking down at the comments.
I'm really sorry. I'll have to go in 10 minutes.
No, it's okay. You can know because we know that's quite all right. Because I know we have.
But I'm just warning you.
No worries at all. Because I know we have. I'd say it's probably Harriet's number 1 fan, or one of Harriet's number 1 fans. In the background, so we'll probably get him on just now, and he can give us a rundown of how it's been. Hello, Malcolm.
Hello.
How are you? Yes, I'm.
Wearing the t-shirt. I can't see it.
I never know which way is right and left.
I'm trying to get the logo on.
It's on that side. There we go.
StreamYard just confusing me. Right, okay. Go left and
everyday wear for me. It is everyday wear.
So, what was your highlight of the show? I think you probably went to how many shows, Malcolm?
But actually, I think actually the highlight of the tour, I've written it down actually. I think the highlight of the tour, because I managed to get to Nottingham Rough Trade, Sydney Matilda, and 45 Vinyl Cafe. In a lot of respects, I think the 45 Vinyl Cafe was the highlight.
You got
Just
to Hull and Sheffield as well. Kind of tar, but kind of not tar, but kind of slipped into tar.
yeah. Oh god, it's confusing now. Yeah, I got to them. Yeah, the Dorothy Pax was very good as well.
Oh yeah.
Tour, but not tour.
Yeah.
But I think the 45 Vinyl Cafe was pretty good because the venue is sort of iconic. It's nice and cozy. There's things happening outside that you can, distract yourself with as well. And from a practical point of view, the lighting is really good and it's very atmospheric.
Yeah, it is.
And everyone was really quiet and enthusiastic and listening intently, which isn't always the case. And that, yeah. So yeah, probably 45 Vinyl Cafe.
What was your highlight song, Malcolm?
Say that again, Linda, please.
What was your highlight song of your set?
Well, the 45 Vinyl Cafe.
No. Right.
Mute, would you say?
Well, there's a bit of feedback, I think.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of echo accent feedback.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how to turn
to the mic and then you turn it down, I think.
How do I turn my volume down?
So go on to cam and mic in the middle of like mute, stop cam and all them lot. You see? I feel like a technician.
Oh my god. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody did that. That happened when I didn't do that. Did you do that, DC?
That's better.
Yeah, I was just about to do that and it did it itself. So I think it must be DC.
It's back again.
Oh, I think it's me. I'm
Hello?
Hello?
This is wonderful. This is live. See, this is live entertainment, folks. You're seeing live
Can you hear
entertainment.
me?
First, you're seeing a very confused Linda not knowing if she was live or not, and asking if she was live or not. I know. Yes. Are you going to try and turn down your volume then, Harriet?
Harriet's on mute, I think.
I know.
I'm just muting it for the time being. I'll come back in and out if it's me that's causing the echo, which I think it is.
Okay. No, what I was asking there, Malcolm, was there a song in the set that was a highlight for you of Harriet?
The song in the set that highlight for me, I think, is White Chair. It's yeah, I'm a bit of a hardened old geezer, but deep down there's a bit of a softy inside, and I was getting a bit of emotional at White Chair. Obviously, I know the backstory to Imagine Paradise and that, and that always sort of gets me, as does my life, which hasn't been played this time. My life had certain resonances, and I always got quite emotional at that actually. But White Chair, I think, is a modern day classic. A modern day classic.
Thank you, Matt.
And everyone seems to enjoy it. And also, I would like to say that at the New Adelphi, supporting Jade Helliwell and Kezia Gill the other night, the audience absolutely loved Harriet's set. You could feel it. In fact, I thought there was a bit of talking behind me, and now I think I know that it was actually someone crying. Imagine Paradise.
Sorry.
My mum was blubbering last night, literally.
Yeah.
Whimpering noises. I was like, you brought a dog in here.
But it is, isn't it? I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, Harriet apologised, but it's beautiful. it's beautiful that those songs should make you feel like that.
Yeah.
It really, really is. You know, I'm like some. I'm a bit hard bitten by life and what have you, but I mean that does really move me, and that. But there you go.
I think everything of it, like the first time I heard that song, I didn't just cry. It was a good old like blubber, a complete let go of everything, just because that song is probably everything that, as someone that lost a mother young, you would want them to say about growing up and what it is, and just getting help for those kind of things when you're going through all those things, and it's someone that isn't there. And I don't know if grief has a time when you get over it, because I don't think you ever do. And losing a mother is definitely not something I'll ever get over as such. You just learn to live with it in a way, but it's not like it always stays with you, that kind of emotion. So that song just embodies it in such an amazing way. And it'll always be a special song, always. So yeah. I think the comments are going up and up, so I'm actually just going to read them. Here the Rising has a question. How about same question as last night? As artists, because music is saturated with artists, how do you stand out as artists, and any PR strategies help you to stand out, or do you pay for PR and pluggers to help? You do love dropping the hard questions, Chris. Did you get that, artists?
Yeah. I haven't paid for anything. I've never, all the PR kind of things that I've done to my 2 releases so far, I've not paid. I've just sent lots of emails and got in contact with lots of people and just done the lead work myself. I think going forward it's going to be different because we've got different releases and different things planned. But with the first 2, it was just more about getting the music out there to start with. So I will be approaching things in the future a little bit different, but I'm just going to have to do the research and find a way to work through with different things. So yeah.
So it's definitely DIY, isn't it?
It is, but I think there's an appreciation for it a little bit more because it's so easy these days, and it's actually it's been quite interesting seeing people's Spotify's Wrapped coming out, because you can see when people are paid. If anybody cares to do the maths. But it is so easy these days to just give somebody a load of money and let them do the PR for you, and get fake figures and whatnot, which will make you stand out because you can go, look at all these streams I've had.
I don't believe in all that. I think
you need to take pride in it as artists to be able to say, look what we have done, look what the work we've put in, and I think that speaks for itself in the long run.
Yeah, I mean, I have loads of I don't know if they're fake or whatever, asking me if I pay a certain amount, they'll give me this much views, and I'm like, no, like, why? So,
yeah, I think as artists you have to be kind of careful, because there's some radio stations that will charge for play.
Yeah.
And there's some that will also charge. Like they'll say like you can put in for a review for free and people will get back to you. But if you pay, then that means you're guaranteed a review. But if you go around paying for everything, you'll have no money left.
It's so wrong. It winds me up.
Paid for things isn't even good either. Like, if you go for all the free stuff, then like it's better.
It is. That's very true. And I think though in the music industry, I don't think it's right to be charging for radio play, and I don't think it's right to be charging for reviews. Fair enough, there's other stuff like to be charging for if you're into PR or management or whatever. As far as reviews and radio play goes, that's always free, or should always be free, in my opinion. And I think we'll have to say goodbye to Belle because that's 5:30 now. So
yeah, I'm so sorry I can't stay on.
Right.
Hi, Belle.
I was like, oh my god. I've got all my equipment out ready, and now I have to get dressed and go. So yeah.
I've got a few little photos for you from 45 Vinyl.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I'll post them.
Thank you. That'd be really appreciated.
Just a handful.
Bye everyone.
Bye. Have a good day.
Bye. If anyone else wants to pop on, then just let us know. One of the best things about music for me is when you get a connection to a song and artist. It's really special. Yes, Mark, that's definitely right. And I think a lot of people definitely have that connection with Harriet, which is just incredible. And I think, Malcolm, if I was giving out medals, I'd probably give one to you for attending the most Harriet gigs over the last 2 weeks.
What would it be made out of, Linda, just out of interest? Plastic?
What would it be made out of?
Gold?
Probably some Harriet Rose merch, possibly.
Oh, yeah.
Has to be something Harriet Rose inspired.
The only thing you haven't got is the bobble hat. You've got everything
I have
else.
I have a hat, but it's not a bobble hat.
I'll have to get some out of those.
I didn't know there was a bobble hat.
Yeah, and you could disconnect the bottle and then put it back on.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
I didn't know that.
What an innovation.
Oh. So
So
if
did
you
my
wanted it
bobble
without
get
the
lost?
pom-pom.
What times we live in?
I was wearing the hat, but it's not the one with the bobble, I don't think, unless my bobble just fell off in transit. I don't think the bobble hat was left when I ordered merch. But
It's good in case your bobble gets snagged somewhere, isn't it? You know, it just comes off and detaches. And it's a safety feature, isn't it, as well, you know? So, yeah.
There's a few t-shirts. If anyone's interested, you can go to our website and order some, because you had lots of t-shirts. You had loads of them.
I've barely got any left, actually. I've only got 4 t-shirts left. So
4?
Yeah, that's it. She's amazing. It's incredible. Because there was a mix as well when I ordered. I was like, oh my god, I've got so many t-shirts. This is going to be horrendous. I'm not going to sell them. And then I've got 4. So,
well, you better get on the website quick and order the 4 t-shirts you've got left, and hopefully you are the size that is left. So I love these t-shirts. I have this one and Love Me Like That one, which is I love that one.
They are my favourites. I do like them. Just the different.
Very impressed with the backdrop that you did for the Clooney, by the way.
Oh yeah, we were meant to use that in different venues, but the first couple we forgot it. And then in the other ones, it didn't quite fit. But that was Paul, so we've got Paul to thank for that.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
What was
impressive.
We've got a big backdrop. So at gigs now, it's on the back of the stage. It's just the Harriet Rose logo. But I think it's really cool. I'm like, whoa, that's my name.
Cool. Is that going to come with you in all your future tours then? Is that something that...
Hopefully, if it can go there, then yeah.
Very
I'm going to use it.
Yeah, I was only at, very disappointingly, I know, and I probably won't get any medals for attending Harriet Rose gigs because I was only at one.
We travelled all the way to come.
You just have to do gigs in Ireland. You'll just have to do an Ireland tour. And then go to...
We were discussing that the other day, actually. I think we're going to try and see what we can get together.
Ooh. Are you coming over to Ireland, Malcolm?
If I was a man of independent means and free, yes, that would probably... Oh, I won the lottery. That would probably be my hobby. Yes, I would love to get to every gig, because the thing about Harriet Rose gig is that the music is so each individual song is crafted individually. So I've said to Harriet before, you never know what you're going to get. When she writes a new song, you don't know what you're going to get. There's no formula there. I suppose the only formula is that the themes are taken from life and that, but you don't know whether it's going to be upbeat, ballad, sad, cheerful, tub thumping. You don't know, and that is the beauty of it. It's not samey. And also, as you've seen with small town chains, things can change. So you never know. There might be other songs that might change in the future and that, and have a different kick to them or something like that. Like I say, the beauty is that I know it sounds really weird, but each song feels as though it's come into the world fully formed, and there's a nice completeness about them. It's very easy to not appreciate the hard work that's gone into them because they do feel so complete. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Is there a song that you've written that you have more of a connection with than any others? Or do you kind of feel the same about them all? It's hard. I know it's hard to pick a favourite song, but
no, there are some that I don't. It's not that I don't like them, but I'm just a bit like meh with them. So like Drive, for instance, Tom adores Drive. And they're like, oh, we love Drive, and I'm like, no. Like, we dropped it from the Ed Cousins gig we did in Sheffield, and they were like, no, and I was like, look, I can hear what you're saying, but we're not playing it because I don't vibe with that song. It doesn't bother me. And unfortunately, Love Me Like That, I'm a little bit, now when I play it live, I'm just a bit like, It's not that I don't like the song, it's just when playing it live. I think if it's acoustic gigs, it's a little bit different, but with the band, it's just one of those that's not at the forefront.
So which songs are at the forefront for you? Which ones did you feel vibed most when you played them live, and you felt like, oh my gosh, I really liked that?
At the minute, White Chair, but I think that's because it's a song that for me is real life at the minute. I'm not singing it in hindsight. I'm not singing it as that's something older that I've written. Like it's happening now. So every time I sing it, it's like, ugh, like it's there. I've got to face this soon. And then Empire's always good because I've done that sad bit, and then it's like we're back into it, and the crowd seem to pick up with that as well. And then kind of like Summer Boy, I feel like people sway to that one, and when I wrote that, I really liked it, and then I felt like I not in a bad way, I appreciated that song, but I felt like it's not really gotten a connection. So when I do it live, there's nothing for other people to kind of be like, oh, that song speaks to me a little bit. It's just in there. But when Tom puts his little guitar over the top of it and stuff like that, for me, it's like it's just a really chilled, nice song to sing and enjoy. And then I think Smells and Chains at the end, and the little Johnny Cash bit, and then
that's true.
Yeah, I just like the upness of that.
Hey Barman, Johnny Cash.
I like that bit. Yeah, Hey Barman's good.
The Johnny Cash moment is beautiful.
You like that bit?
yeah. The ascending, the crescendo.
Yeah, Summer Boy was one of those ones that, like, I've not got such as a personal connection as Imagine Paradise to it, but in terms of like musically and production wise and the vibe of it, it was one of those tracks that just had me moving, and like, yeah, this is like it did have such a great vibe to it. And there was a lot of styles. We always talk about like what is and isn't country music or Americana music or folk music, but as Malcolm touched on earlier, there's a lot of styles in all the songs, like, and it's just great to kind of, I suppose, create freely, whatever you feel. And is that how you think when you're writing? Like, you write songs for you, or do you kind of think how it's going to sound on the radio or how it's going to sound with the band when you're writing, or do you write just how you feel at the time?
The majority of stuff I've just written with how I feel, and it's like, however this sounds, we'll give it the best sound that it deserves. There were a couple when I went through a bit of a period like, I really want to write a country song, and I think you can you could probably pick those out of the set, whereas a lot of the new stuff and the older stuff was more just writing for me, a bit selfishly. But when we've taken stuff together as a band and we've just kind of felt it out a little bit and gone, okay, what does this suit? Like Hey Barman, we never put the intention of that of making it a country song and giving it that rockabilly kind of vibe, but when you play it, it was like, this is what this song needs. Like, we can't play this any other way. It's just begging for it. But I think we kind of are like when we get in the room together, we just know. The only song that I've really struggled with, and I don't know if you've noticed we've not played it, is Small Talk.
Yeah.
I can hear it a certain way, but every time we've tried to put it in the way I want it, it just doesn't work. So we messed about with it and we played it live a couple of times, but it doesn't sit with me. So we've put that one away at the minute, and we're going to work on that one and try and get it how it should feel, I think. But it's been a bit tricky. But I'd rather not play it if it's not right, because I don't want it to like people to get used to it, and then one day it's just like, no, not anymore. It's going to sound like this. So it's a good one to work on.
I'll tell you one that I really like, and it's a bit of a dark horse, really, I think, and that is Bridges. It really, really has a punch to it, and it's slightly understated, but it's a really powerful song, and it also speaks to people probably on a personal level as well, because quite often there's quite a few people been in that sort of situation where they've got a friend and things have gone pear-shaped, and you're sort of wearing yourself down by reaching out, but you still go through that, and you don't know whether it's going to be fruitful or not. But it's a beautiful song.
Yeah, that's it.
So it's always nice to see that on the set list. Yeah.
I do enjoy playing that one.
I think as well, like, you've been touring for years and years, Harriet. Like a touring working artist and the amount of gigs that you've done. So I suppose when it comes to releasing your next single, it's probably something that you're probably going to think long and hard about and have it be something that you're proud of and something that is good in production wise and musically wise. And you don't have to tell us if there's any specific ones that stand out for you. But are there ones that particularly stand out for you that you think, yes, that's ready for release and that's going to be the next single? Is there any that are standing out in that way for you just now? Or so I know somebody was asking when you were going to release. I think it's Peter.
Yeah, Peter. There are a few. I mean, the issue is, for me, I'm playing a lot of old catalogue music. So like the Trouble, it's not that old. I mean, it's still only like a couple of years old, but like you said, I've played it a lot. So I want to get all of that out as soon as possible. So it's out there, because I'm sitting on all of this music that's never been released. And to a lot of people, it is new, but for me, it's like, oh no, I'm sick of playing it a little bit. So the sooner that's out and people have that to listen to, then I can release the new stuff and then start playing the new songs more freely, I think. So there are a few. I mean, all the old, like Trouble, Hey Barman, all of these ones, Empire, Drive. Oof. But yeah.
There's so many like good songs. Like I know you're saying Trouble, you've played that probably a lot. But I think there's some that haven't. We've unfamiliar with it because obviously over COVID you've been streaming a lot and doing all these songs, and everyone knows when 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is coming and when it's up, and it's a brilliant song. And I think there's a lot of people that would really appreciate Trouble for the songwriting that it was, because I remember when we did the songwriters round with Daisy Troop and Kerry Ann and Jen, they were like so impressed because they hadn't heard it before. And they were like, "That's such good songwriting," and like because there's two songs in one as such. The way I look, or I call it a western, a song, a country and western movie and a song. But it just shows the caliber of your songwriting and musically as well. So from that kind of perspective, there'll be always new people to hear your music, and I suppose that's how an artist grows, when new people do hear your music. Obviously, you have played that many times, but that's probably one of my, like, in terms of music, in terms of songwriting and fun songs. Trouble is probably up there for me. Just in terms of the talent that you showcase in it, it's brilliant. I'm looking at the time because we could talk here for hours on this, but I know that DC is doing a writer's round very soon, so I'm just going to see if any questions or if anyone else wants to pop on.
I just check Instagram as well and whatnot.
Do let us know. Well, I think somebody asked a question on Instagram, didn't they?
Did.
I think I'd kind of want to reword the question a little bit. And not say who's the best musical person in the band. I'd probably kind of reword that and see what skills did each of them bring to the band to make it one, because it takes all of you to bring all your skills to the band. So what did each of them bring to you and for you in your songs, I suppose, is what that's how I'm going to reword it, not who's the best musician.
I mean, I will answer it, honestly, for the first question if you want me to, but you already know the answer. Calvin. Obviously Calvin. And did you know he went to Berklee College of Music in Boston?
Did he?
He did. I mean, it's a joke. Well, he did go, but we like to name drop that bit. Okay, what did they all bring? I mean, they're all incredible, absolutely incredible. Calvin, to start with, is incredible, and he probably is musically. You can stick a manuscript in front of him, and he'll be like, oh, "Okay, play the song." No rehearsal, doesn't have to do anything. He could start to finish like that easy. And I don't think, if I'm right, sorry Tom and Paul, but none of us can do that. At one point, I would have been able to do it, but I haven't read music in a long time. Sorry, my voice is going. Paul can play multiple instruments, so bass isn't his first instrument. I think he was a bit upset when I was like, could you be the bassist instead? But his first instrument is drums, so he's an incredible drummer and guitarist and vocalist, but I've got him playing bass, but he's still amazing at that. And it was really good actually last night, because we didn't have Tom with us, unfortunately. He was playing a gig down in Cornwall today, but you could really hear the bass. I don't know if you agree, Malcolm, and you could hear him walking down and doing what he does, because it just sits there. I mean, it's not meant to be overpowering normally, and it just sits in the mix, but last night you could hear it.
You could. Funny, I was tuned into it quite a bit actually. And the thing about Paul is, you two work really well together on stage.
Well, not last night. You couldn't hear me.
Yeah. In general, and Paul is very physical with it as well. It's a delight to watch, and he's very physical with the bass. I can't really imagine him with anything else really. It just seemed to be a really good fit, rather than just standing there and just, he moves. He's got presence. He's got character. He's got a lovely smile. He's got a lovely smile.
Oh. What is it with Paul and his smile? Oh God.
Oh yeah, I've got a picture of him as well, smiling.
Have a lot of people commented on his smile, have they?
Yeah. I hope he's watching.
I hope he is, but I don't think he's not commented on anything. Kevin's commenting.
We'll be sat quietly going.
I hope he's going to rewatch. We might just have to send him the link, because just to see, we'll just have a listen and see what you think, and then maybe he can...
I have sent them all it, and then I've got to talk about Tom. I can't forget Tom. I mean, Tom's wonderful. You've heard Tom's shredding and everything else, and his own voice, and the other band he's in, and Sinelli Brothers, and his own career. And they've all got so much experience. So I said at the start, but I am lucky to have them all.
And they're lucky to have you as well, because I think it's you do work off each other. It was a great sound. And then when I heard Summer Boy, it was definitely something that really it gelled really well, and it was just great. I just wish I was able to go to more, but it was just great to be there. And yeah, it was a great night and a great tour, and congratulations on such a successful tour, because it certainly has been a good one for you. And hopefully the tour come down is not going to go on too long, because I know that's...
I think it is. I've already mentioned that. Guys, can we do something for Christmas? When are you all free? I'm bored.
It's not the same for the fans as well, you know. So
I
sort of
do
finished it.
the last gig, but I think I might try and sneak something in before Christmas. I can't do it.
Yeah. You leave the gigs and that, and if there's something coming up, you feel good. But if there's nothing coming up, it's like, oh yeah, this is purgatory, isn't it? This is what purgatory's like.
There's a good few, like I know a good few that because obviously you were supporting Jade and Kezia the last night. There's a few that have went to quite a few of those dates as well. So the supporters of the scene, the UK scene, country, Americana and folk, when we put them all in the bracket, the lengths they go to and the effort they go to go there and support the artists is incredible.
Oh, I know.
It's insane. I know a few that have gone to
I still don't get that. I mean, not in a nasty way. It still like blows my mind, like the extents people travel. I mean, Tony, bless him, came all the way to. I mean, you came all the way to Liverpool, and Tony came all the way to Liverpool nearly on the wrong day.
twice.
Like, no. But it's like you've come all this way to watch us. Like what?
But like we wouldn't know. Like I would be gutted if I couldn't. Like living in Ireland is kind of is it restricts my musical gigging life. In fairness, now, it really does. And it'd be good to have more artists tour in Ireland, because it does seem to be left off the touring schedules and a lot of
Don't get that.
now. I don't know if it's I don't know why. It's just that had to be.
One of my favourite ever gigs playing in Dublin.
Yeah, I mean, there is a great music vibe, and the crowd are brilliant. But there is a lot of tours that UK tours that Ireland's missed out of, which is a sad thing. So I plea to artists to get Ireland on the gig. I have a big house, and if artists want to stay here, they can. So you wouldn't have to pay for, unless if it was close, and obviously you wouldn't need to pay for accommodation if you were like gigging around here for a while or whatever. I'm quite happy to do that. But yeah, so please artists come play Ireland. It's great. I think we're going to finish up because the writers' round with DC Brown. There's 3 of them. So we'll just finish off. So is there? I'm not going to say a word, but maybe a sentence that sums up your tours and all the gigs you've done in the last 3 weeks, Harriet? Is there like how you felt about it, or just to sum it up?
Oh, a word. Let me think.
Or a sentence. Doesn't have to be one word.
I guess it's just firstly like massively heartwarming to see the support and to see the growth a little bit from like the last time we played London, and then to come this time and have people there or actually be doing different gigs, and to be able to see that, you know, people are coming, like this is growing, things are changing, and then it's just justifying to like all the hard work and all that kind of stuff. But then just overall, for me, I think I'm a bit more sentimental about stuff like this, whereas the guys are just like, oh yeah, it's cool, it's a gig, yeah, okay, see you next year. For me, and like all the effort, and then to look back in April, we never even met each other. And then it's like, okay, so we've done the headline gigs in Sheffield, then we played Chandler, and it's like, oh, you want this one then? Oh, that would be a major festival. Like the things that I'd dreamed of for many, many years, and then I put a tour together, and I know it's not a massive tour, it's not massive venues and O2 academies and whatnot, but it's a start, and people came to watch us, and then like to see where we go from there now in the next year, and we're going to release music. It makes it all worthwhile, and it's just been incredible. So yeah, that's a very long sentence, but
no, that definitely sums up. It's definitely as like someone who's supported you in terms of, I suppose, promotion and radio play, and in terms of Voice for Women. It's been incredible, because you're definitely always one to watch for Voice for Women, always, just because of your talent and your skill in songwriting and everything. And And then from a fan perspective, it was just great to be there in the audience and just dance along and cry and just be part of.
And have pizza and sausages with it.
That's right. And mishear conversations and words now and then. Yes, it was. Yes, and even I think I met. Oh no, I didn't meet you in the tour, Malcolm, but I did meet you at the ARC Listener Awards.
Yeah,
An
that's
amazing
right.
night.
Yeah.
That was just, I love that, and I possibly gave it away a little bit before I announced it. Like, being up Kezia and Caitlin and Harriet. I mean, what artists to be up against. All three of you could have won it for like, but I just got so excited. Obviously,
Yeah.
I know I probably did give it away just slightly, but it was just the best ever. It really was. It was just what a night, and that's first of many awards, hopefully, because I see big things for you here at Harriet. And you've got lots of roses, as we're called.
Oh yeah.
The fan group are called Roses, so just to let you all know if you didn't already know that. So yeah, but I have to stop there. But hopefully we'll do this again because this was fun, even though there was no songs. But this was fun.
Can I give a shout out? Can I give a shout out for Disco as well? The songs. I love that song. I love that song. It's so upbeat, and I love the style.
Thank you, Marco.
Yeah.
There's just so much.
And there's a very proud Rose sitting here as well.
You were like proud. You were like a proud father when she won the awards at the radio.
I was, yeah. I was just like,
you were like beaming.
Oh God, yeah. I'm just welling up here.
Like,
yeah, I'm welling up. It was just.
I was in shock.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, no, that's cool. And there's many more to come. And I just can't wait to just be on the journey and always be on the journey. It's going to be a big one and a good one. So I'm going to say thank you to everyone for tuning in. I hope there's no comments I've missed. Mark just said it's been good to listen to Harriet's viewpoint. He looks forward to seeing you at a gig soon. Mark is also a radio DJ, just to let you know about that. Mark, yeah, he's a radio DJ. There's lots of. So I'll send him your song.
Thank you.
Kevin is there. Hi, Kevin. Nice to see you as well. I don't know if you wanted to come on, but that's a bit late now. And yeah, so thanks very, very much. I'll say goodbye. And
bye, Linda. Bye, Harriet.
Have a wonderful rest of your birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Thanks a lot. See you all later.
Bye-bye.